just as much your style as you want, you know?
Great.
Are you doing a lot of virtual stuff?
I've been doing more. I joined one of the Queen City improv teams on Ridgely, which is fun. It's really great to be involved with such a mix of people and see all these different styles colliding and like playing off of each other in this really fun way.
Yeah.
So very cool. And then I've just been so I've been developing Pineapple, which is our improv alternative to Zoom, and that's taken up a lot of my focus. I haven't been teaching as much, so I really want to get back into teaching. And yeah, I've been teaching for 22 years, and I've just kind of taken a couple months to kind of reconnect with what I want to teach, especially because so much of my teaching is focused on like body language and movement.
It's tough now, but
it's different. Yeah.
It's in your, you're kind of pioneering it too. Like this is all brand new for a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it is. I mean, we all are. It's been really interesting to see as people have fallen away, the people that are kind of leading the community at this point, across the world. It's really fascinating to see who is just like taking the lead in different regards. It's really nice.
Yeah. It's great that it's kind of shrunk this whole ecosystem. So you're, at any time in the day, it seems like somebody's doing an improv show or jam.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah. And right now I'm in the absence of me actively, I'm also right. I'm like, well, I've got 6 years of notes that I need to put together into a book. So that's another thing that I've been like balancing. But I really care about community. Community is always for me, that's so much of what improv is the hanging out in the green room before the show, the getting drinks afterwards, and running into other improvisers. You and I have had the benefit of being in immersive improv communities where you can go to a place and there's people showing up after multiple shows and people are excited to talk to each other. And one of the things I'd really like to be able to extend to more people is that feeling of being immersed in improv. So I've been focused on getting Pineapple up and running so people can play in that, trying to really reconfigure improv discussion and resources on Facebook to be a place where people can really communicate. When I clearly love asking questions. People are saying they're missing the camaraderie. And so I set up a Discord chat server that is a place that if you wanted to, you can just chat with people throughout the day. It's not even about anything important, just hang out because we're all so disconnected right now.
I mean, that's huge. That's what's lacking. You're right on. Like the pre-show, the post-show, the connections there. I mean, that's lacking. That's one thing that's just has been very hard to replicate.
Yeah. But we've discovered, we've learned about so many other people. In New York City, I know we're supposed to be doing improv, but it's really fun to talk to you about this. In New York City, it was such a closed ecosystem where people just didn't really know that much about improv outside of New York City. And, there'd be a festival happening in, Eastern Pennsylvania. People had no idea about it for a very long time, that there was stuff outside of New York City. And so suddenly we've all just been dropped in the ocean and we're all just like reaching out for each other and we're starting to find these new connections. And it's exciting to see how much is going on in India, how much is going on all around the world. We're connecting. This is really nice.
Yeah. I mean, the barriers have been taken away. The cost right now, there is no cost.
Yeah.
And that's what's making it. I agree. It's so exciting now. It's like, let's see what's going on in this part of the world. Let's see what's going on over there. Who's that person I haven't talked to? Who's the one I've always wanted to connect with? There's so many more possibilities right now. And I think it's here to stay.
Yeah, I do too. And I think it's important, like I was saying that New York just felt like such a walled garden with these sort of feudal systems within it. It's really nice for people to realize, this one way of improv is not the only way to do improv. It's not the only reason to do it. It's not the only end goal to do it. It's not the only methodology. And now we're discovering so many other things. it's just, I mean, I'm watching Avatar: The Last Airbender for the first time, which is a thing where like some people control water and some people control fire, and it's like cool, but they don't need to be jealous of each other's like ways of doing these like magical martial arts. They just they do what's in front of them and what feels right for them, and it feels like that's the world I want for improv. Is people recognize their own innate skills and the things that call to them in improv, and they develop that and become the improviser they're going to be.
Yeah, it's so.
Like
I mean, and that's so true. And it's like, I think there is that fear. So there's safety in being like, I'm associated with theater X. I'm that kind of performer, and that's the only way to do it. And it's like, this has just blown that up completely.
Yeah. One thing I feel like I've seen you talk about before that surprised me because I haven't seen it a lot is sometimes some of these centers of improv would be teaching one thing and then the theater would want something different. So they're like, we're training you to be on our stage, and then you get to the audition and you do everything you've been taught, and it's like, that's not what they were actually looking for.
Yeah.
And it's such a specific perspective. So I was really, I don't know, I think I might have heard of you on Improv Nerd, possibly touching on that. And
yeah,
so
I think a lot of long form spaces, especially, are like, we want slow, patient, and grounded relationship. And then you look at their shows and you look at the people who are promoted, it's like, they are not doing that at all. They're doing the opposite. They're doing fast. I experienced that with IO in Chicago. It was like, they wanted fast, and the person who owned it like wanted fast, clever. And I kept saying, then let's teach that. Let's teach people how to do that skill. But you can't have a teacher say, wait, don't try to be funny, slow down. And then it's like, but I don't see any of that represented on the stage.
Yeah. I mean, and I didn't realize this until I started working behind the scenes at UCB.
Yeah.
I started paying attention to what the curriculum was like versus how auditions were being held. It's like, oh, game is just beat into you for 4 levels. But in the end, that's not what they're looking for. What they want is an established, like a developed comedic voice.
Yes.
So and I just feel like I think that you and I are both people that really want to put tools in people's hands so that they can do what they want to do. It's so fascinating to see the varieties of performance that can develop from people. Yeah,
I mean, it's so much easier because I don't want people to look to me for answers, because I'm like, I don't fucking know. Here's things. This line you said right now could work in this theater during this show. It could totally bomb in this show. Like, it's just tools that get you out there to have. To me, it's like having fun with your friends.
Yeah.
What can you do to have fun? That's what people want to see, is watching you have fun. So I tell people, I disappoint people because they come to a workshop and I go, I don't have answers.
Right.
There's several ways you could do any of this. And the stuff I talk about is stuff that I think hits and is easier, but it's not the right way. It's just a way.
Yeah, it's such an interesting thing. I mean, because I don't want to be prescriptive and say, this is how you have to do it, I will say, try this. How does that feel? Because I really do, I had done UCB classes in 2004, and then I'd gone away and gone to grad school. I went to journalism school. And then when I came back to improv classes, I was frustrated because I wanted to still be able to experiment like I did in my graduate classes. Everything is a laboratory, try stuff out. I saw my teachers as my partner in my learning, and I don't feel like they saw me as a partner in that. And to me, like, I think a lot of teachers, my mother's a lifelong teacher also, so I have this obsession with like actually guiding people. And I think a lot of people just like wait at the other end of the river and go like, here's what you need to do to cross over here. It's like, no. Cross back over with them and show them the rocks that they can, hop across to get across the river. Yeah. It really is such an active process. And I am thrilled by teaching in a way that performance doesn't even match. It's not the same thing. It's just, and the thing is, and I think you probably had this experience, you get in there when you're coaching, you're teaching, you're in there with them. And to some extent, you're like, oh, you can kind of feel the moves. I love that. Anyways, I need to list some classes.
Well, let's play a little too. Like, let's
play.
We have, so we've got 71 suggestions. So pick a number 1 to 71.
I'm gonna go with 43.
Oh, right in the middle. Boom, here we go. 43. Let's see,
I love
2,
prime
4,
numbers.
6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 18, 22, 4, 6, 8, 30.
I really put Duke's counting. All right, 44.
42. All right, here we go. This comes from Jayant, and our suggestion is zebras. Ooh, zebras new color. Zebras new color.
Okay, cool.
Thanks, Jayant.
Great. Yeah, I just fed the gorillas.
Okay.
I'm gonna work my way down through the primate house and just trying to make sure that's done for today. If there's anything that you need to, if there's any cleanup or anything that needs to happen, just let me know.
Oh yeah, we got to clean it up today.
Okay.
I mean, because it's just, I mean, it's Labor Day weekend, so we got a lot of big days coming up. I hurt my shoulder.
Okay.
My shoulder hurts. So if I'm off a little bit, it's because of that.
It's that shoulder acting up again. Your old football injury. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you the time we were down 14 points?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you were down 14 points, and then what did you do? What did you do?
Points down, and I said, "Hey, Coach Pepperdine, you got to put me in." And so I went in, and first snap under center. I had a 70-yard touchdown right there. And the next time I got the ball, same exact position. I threw another touchdown. I got crunched on both sides. I got my shoulder separated. My arm was separated from my shoulder.
You won the game.
And we won the game.
Won the game.
We won the game. Yeah. I
We
had to shuffle it with my left hand. My right arm was dangling. Then my left hand, I had to shuffle the ball for the 2-point conversion. And we ended up winning state.
Yeah. Okay, good. So you want me to clean up a little. That's totally fine. If I do that, I know the crowds are going to be coming.
I mean, I'll clean up too. It's bothering me a little bit. That's all. It's rain's probably coming too. Okay.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I mean, yeah, the sky does look dark. I can just clean. It's okay. You don't need to make up a whole, you don't have to have a whole medical ailment with a history.
I feel bad. You're doing all the work.
This is more draining than me cleaning.
Okay,
Don't you understand this? This is emotional labor I'm doing for you right now. I just want to make sure, look, is there, I mean, the shipment's coming in for some of the food that later today, and we got to make sure that we're signing off on that. Yeah, I can sign if I need to. I'll sign with my left hand if I need to. Okay, good. Okay, good. Still sign off with my left hand. Yeah. Yeah. You okay? Yeah. No. This is a lot. I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay. It's okay. We can work. We'll figure out what works for both of us. Look, this is a new world. All right. Have you worked in a zoo during a pandemic before? Never. Yeah, never. Me either. Anyone has. Never. We're pioneering zoo cleaning during a pandemic. Yeah, we're the cutting edge right now. Yeah. All right. Look, here's what I need though, is that we've got to go through the files. It's a good time to be doing it right now. It is a little quiet. We just got to get the medical files and the different primates just kind of sorted and made sure that everything's clarified and cleaned up. Yeah, I mean, do you ever notice we spend a lot of time on the primates? Like that's our main focus is primate care. Okay. Yeah, I do. Like that's all primate house. But we don't extend anywhere else. It's like we're only focusing on the primates. Yeah, I mean, do you want, look, if you're interested in transferring to another department, that can probably happen. I'm interested in other animals. Like I like the reptiles. I mean, I'm happy here at the primate house. Don't get me wrong. As I said that, I was like, it sounds like I'm complaining. I'm not really trying to complain. I'm just like, that's a one area to focus on in a big entire zoo. Oh, Dan. Ah, geez, Dan, I'm sorry. It's this shoulder. This shoulder's really bugging me. My head's not straight. All right, I'm going to grab some of the files. Okay, good. All right. I started talking to someone on OkCupid.
Shut the front door. Really?
Yeah.
Put yourself out there?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's
Good.
5 months into this thing, 6 months, I'm a little touch starved. I just, and I could connect with another person maybe. It feels so isolating. Look, you're absolutely right. We're stuck here in primates. There's a whole other zoo.
Yeah. Wait, I'm happy for you. I mean, you got to put yourself out there in order to, find somebody.
Yeah. Well, that's what I did. I made a profile. I don't know. I feel like I was a little too wordy in the thing.
Did you get any responses yet?
Yeah, I'm talking to one person. Her name is Silent Ophelia.
Wait, what's her name?
It's her username is Silent Ophelia. That's not her actual name. It's her username.
That's a great name. Ophelia is a great classic name.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like the name alone kind of gives me some trepidation, but I gotta say she's been great. We've been talking about all sorts of stuff. She's really into science. And hey, I work at a zoo. That's exciting to people.
You are a scientist. I mean, that's your connection there. Well, let me ask, what are you looking for? What do you want?
What does anything mean right now? It's like, what, I don't know. Like, I've always been someone that planned for the long term, and now this has happened.
This is the long term.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Well,
I guess what I'm looking for right now is just somebody to spend some time with.
Oh, you want a partner?
Yeah, I want a partner.
Yeah. I mean, you can't find one if you don't put yourself out there. And online dating is the way we meet people now, especially with what's going on with the pandemic.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, did you stock the antibiotics that came in yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got there. It's all loaded up with penicillin. There's some amoxicillin. Yeah, it's all stocked.
Okay, cool, good. Just want to make sure that's all in order. I mean, it's fall is coming up. These poor guys, they get sick just like us.
I know. They're, you know what? Like, they are like us. They just want somebody to cuddle with. And you could tell when, like, Marcy, when she lost her poor partner. She was moping around for days in her cage. And that
You
was
just get a message. You can if you need to respond to that, you can respond to that.
Oh, I did get a message. I was very contemplative. I was looking down and I happened to see my phone, but I mean, it's my shoulder. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay. I got into an orthopedic specialist. That was the message.
Okay. All right. Good.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're always just looking for someone, like.
Yeah. I don't know. I've been a loner. I've been a loner for a long time. I've been single for a while. I had a big relationship that ended like 10 years ago, and I just really haven't tried. And so it feels like the world's rife with
it's rife with pandemic, and it might be ripe for the picking.
That's true. Yeah.
What were you trying to say? The world is ripe.
New possibilities.
Yeah, it's ripe. It's ripe for the picking.
Ripe for the picking. It's ripe for the picking. I'm ripe for the picking.
I mean, 10 years is a long time to be alone.
Yeah. Yes.
And hey, you are ripe for the picking.
Thanks. We've got the new brochures for the primate house. I want to make sure that those get out before Labor Day weekend.
Do you want to?
What are you doing? Do you have a message? Like, if you need to text or something right now, you can do that.
Do you want to have dinner with me?
What?
Yeah. Do you want to have dinner? I'm going to ask. Do you want to have dinner?
Yeah, sure. Dinner, like a friendly dinner.
No strings attached. How? No
Okay,
strings
cool.
attached.
All right.
But
Yeah, I could get dinner. I mean, I'm not going out to a restaurant.
that's just, then we could just see what happens, you know?
Okay. All right. Interesting. Interesting.
Scene. Yeah, I love that. I love the little like the interspersing of the talk about like the mundane ordering and shit like that, and like the antibiotics and things like that between the conversations. I thought that was brilliant.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
So,
It's fun. I enjoyed any time you were going to the shoulder. I bought that shoulder.
and when I was really trying to be contemplative looking down, and then, and you're like, you got a message like, oh yeah, my orthopedic surgeon. Like, I thought that was great.
Oh wait, so wait, were you just looking at your arm?
I was kind of like in the moment just thinking about, wow, what you just said was pretty heavy.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of looking down. And then I love that you're like, I love playing like that where people call you out on stuff and they're like, are you just looking at that message? I love that. I'm like, yeah, I got a message from this person.
I was wondering if I didn't know. Depending on the performer, certainly this could have ended up that you were the OK Cupid person.
Well,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
I love that it can go anywhere, and so it's exciting to see like where's it gonna go.
I thought that was so great. And I love like the details you were putting in, man, were great.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, this is fun.
What brought you into improv? Like, how'd you get started?
I went to the University of Pittsburgh. I kept hearing about a show called Friday Night Improvs. It was a 2-hour weekly short form jam where there was nobody teaching improv in Pittsburgh at the time, and that was the only experience. Now, obviously, I'd seen Whose Line Is It anyway, since it came into the United States. But I went to this show, and it was just there's a host. You paid you $2 to get in. Host says, "Here's how this game is played. Who wants to get up and play it?" And
Wow.
so I did that. I did that for a year, and then I was like, "Well, how do I get good at this?" And someone suggested a couple books, so I got Truth in Comedy and Improv. Which
Yep.
I like Truth in Comedy was like, don't ask questions, and Improv was like, you should be able to answer questions.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's great. And then I can't thank the people that were on yesand.com enough. That was
Oh
a
yeah.
huge resource early on.
Yep.
And then so people started asking me to teach them. And so I taught just from like Meisner exercises and what I'd read in those books and conversations I had on Yes and just figured out improv as best as I could.
By jumping in.
Yeah, just jump in. I mean, I think you were answering a question earlier. Somebody wrote about like teachers being certified and stuff, and it's like you guys. It depends on the situation. I mean, you want to throw yourself into it and figure it out. And I think the people that come up in existing frameworks, an existing theater system or whatever, are surprised by things like that you can just go out and do it on your own and figure out what works.
I mean, anybody on the planet could just go, I'm an improv teacher. And there's no gatekeeper to it. I guess, in a way, it would make sense to have somebody say they've been training at this, but it's like, who's going to do that? And what are the qualifications? And so I think well, the best is to just kind of like monitor it ourselves for now.
Well, an improv is not a meritocracy.
Yeah.
It's just not. We want to think that. I come from the woods, and I, come into the city, and I go like, oh, it must be the cream rises to the top, and that's just never been accurate.
Not true.
It's just not true. Especially, I mean, that was the thing when I got the job at UCB. Then people would send me these very surreptitious, like, "Hey, does UCB hate me?" emails, and I was like, "No, they don't, and you're not a bad performer."
It's a style. It's a style thing. Your style doesn't work sometimes. That's it.
Yeah. But the thing is, it's like there's no such thing as good or bad, right or wrong. There's really like, is it effective? Has it helped you? Does it improve health and happiness? If performers and audience both enjoy what's going on, then it's not wrong.
Yeah.
It's just different.
Yeah. And it's like there's room for everybody in this. And there are the things I don't necessarily agree with or like there's a million scenes that have proved it to be okay. So like, what the fuck am I? That's why it's like, I don't know. Like, I
Yeah.
can't really tell you your choices were good or bad. It's just like, it seems like easier or difficult. And it seems like there's a whole bunch of, we talked earlier about, there's a whole bunch of different things that come into play to determine if that scene's going to be easy or not.
Yeah. It's like and I know our time is coming up here, but it's important to make peace with the things that are beyond your control. You know, just the sheer, just the chaos that is inherent. We go on into a black box stage. It's like the beginning of the Bible. There's darkness, then there's light, then we start to manipulate it and create the world. But that doesn't happen if we go and going like, this has to be like this.
Yeah.
We have to get the word should out of our mouths,
Totally.
out of our brains, and just focus on, what do I want to do right now? What's in front of me? And this myriad of styles and performances and performers that we're starting to understand are part of this world. It's just so much opportunity, and it's beyond our control. Everything is beyond our control. We just do what we can.
You got to let go of the control. That's the hardest thing we do.
You know,
where can people find you if they want to connect with you, to your shows or classes or whatever?
Here's my plugs. All right, good. So first of all, you can contact me very easily through Improv Discussion and Resources on Facebook. I like growing that community. Pineapple is launching soon. We're going to be with the next couple of weeks opening up memberships. You haven't gotten a chance to see it. I'd love for you to check it out sometime. It is a video. I mean, it's a virtual stage. We calibrated it to the needs of improvisers. So you can edit with one click or with your keyboard. You can hit an arrow and now you're on stage. So those are the two things. And then Thunderbolt Comedy is what I teach through, and I'm going to be listing classes there if you want to check out Thunderbolt Comedy. Oh,
dude, you're the best. You're such a good evangelist for this art form, and I know you do a ton, especially like on those Facebook groups. Like, it's really good to see, and it's great playing with you. I can't wait to play with you again, whether it's in person or virtual, man.
Oh, absolutely. This is great. Thank you so much for this.
All right, Chris, have a good one. We'll see you.